Alright, standard callouts for the A330. Takeoff. After advancing thrust for takeoff, pilot flying, flex, or toga. Pilot monitoring, verify thrust setting on FMA, and say man flex or man toga. At 80 knots, pilot monitoring, 80 knots, thrust normal. At V1, pilot monitoring, V1. At VR, pilot monitoring, rotate. At positive rate of climb, pilot monitoring, rotate. For climb, at thrust reduction altitude, pilot flying moves thrust levers to the climb detent. Pilot flying, climb. Pilot monitoring, thrust climb or thrust derate climb 2 or 1 as appropriate. Approximately 1,000 feet below each assigned altitude, pilot monitoring out of blank for blank. Approaching transition altitude, if other than 18,000 feet, pilot monitoring, transition altitude. All approaches. Any significant deviation from flight planned path, airspeed, or descent rate, pilot monitoring, speed plus or minus, or sync, etc. At approximately 1,000 feet AGL, after confirming ECAM landing memo is green, pilot monitoring, 1,000 feet cleared to land, all green, or 1,000 feet no landing clearance, all green. Below 1,000 feet, any descent exceeding 1,000 feet per minute, pilot monitoring, sync, state, descent rate. At approximately 500 feet, pilot monitoring, 500 feet. Prior to descending below 100 feet above touchdown zone elevation or runway threshold elevation, with runway in sight, if not already called, or with runway not in sight, captain says runway in sight, first officer must acknowledge. This call not required for Cat 3B and visual approaches, or go around. Go around approaches. When a go around is warranted, pilot flying, go around, flaps. After verifying proper FMA enunciation, announce pitch mode. Pilot monitoring, SRS verified. At positive rate of climb, positive rate, gear up. For non-ILS Cat 1 or Cat 2 approaches, approximately 100 feet above minimums, pilot monitoring, 100 above, captain at minimums, approach lights in sight or runway in sight or go around. Pilot monitoring, minimums, captain, land. Cat 3 approaches. Pilot monitoring calls 100 above and minimums. Captain calls land or go around. After all landings, pilot monitoring, spoilers up or no spoilers. At 80 knots, call 80 knots.